Brothers and sisters, on another day, in a different time, Frederick Douglass lifted his voice to rally his fellow bondsmen. He said, there can be no progress without struggle. On another day, in a different time, Martin Luther King lifted his voice to raise the consciousness of the nation when he said, I have a dream today. On another day, in a different time, Cesar Chavez lifted his voice to a multitude of farm workers to give hope to their dreams when he said, Si se puede. Each of these men understood that the aspirations of a people for fairness and justice is an unquenchable thirst and an insatiable hunger.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on?
Love of our students and the work that they all do. But all that love they pay the rent. 2% won't. Come on now.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on?
On this day, in this time, we take our place along with others across the state and nation to raise our voices in support of the radical notion that education is a right, not a privilege. In support of the crazy idea that our future is tied to the aspirations, hopes, and dreams of our students and those yet unborn who follow them. They come from every walk of life and every condition. They come to the People's University, seeking education to quench their thirst and satiate their hunger for justice, fairness, and an opportunity to take their place in the professions for which we, their teachers, prepare them. But like those who come before us, the Fredericks, the Martins, the Cesars, we must not only stand up for their right to an education now, we must stand up for their, and teach them to stand up for their right to an education future.
To our students and support them day and night. If you fail to understand our work, there's gonna be a fight. Come on.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on?
Come on.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on?
It is our responsibility to these African Americans, Latinas and Latinos, Native Americans and Asian Americans, whose forefathers have known injustice and privation, to fight for their right to a great education and for equal opportunity. We must model the way. If not us, then who? If not here, then where? And if not now, then when? Justice is everybody's right and everybody's fight. Without economic justice, there will be no labor peace. We stand united in our fight for 5.
And so as you're marching the 4 blocks or however long it is to the Capitol, you can think about how many more miles other people have marched before us for social justice and economic justice.
I have seen how my own professors are struggling to make ends meet. I was not aware until I got involved with SQE, and there's so many resources to get real numbers and really get it from the source, our faculty. More than 50% of faculty today in the CSU system is part-time, and that's not secure. And seeing how awesome professors at my university, I don't even know that they're struggling to make ends meet because they're so awesome in the class, but then they're leaving, and I say, where are they the next semester? They were so good, and I recommended it to other students, and they said, oh, I didn't find them, they don't teach here anymore. And then I find out that sometimes they have to abandon their dream of being a professor because it's just not sustaining their life. I want to say for future students to always have a voice, never be silent. Silent is what kills any movement or any possibility of change. So just let your professors know, let them know you want to get involved.
Our university! Our university!
When I was at San Francisco State, that's when they had this strike for ethnic studies, and I was part of it. The way I saw it, there's a lot of concern about the fact that that people of color were not represented in the student body. You know, that it was supposedly the university was open to everybody, and the fact was that, you know, you could see that there were a lot of our brothers and sisters were not adequately represented. The Black Students Union were the ones that led the way, and they decided there was going to be a strike. They eventually won. They got, you know, that was how the first ethnic studies department got started in CSU. It's very ironic because I keep hearing echoes of that. You know, it's really I think really what we're doing is continuing with that same direction. You know, we're still trying to make it more of the people's university. We're still trying to make people honor, you know, the mission of the university and make it happen, make it work correctly. Part of it is to give the faculty adequate pay so that they can, you know, so we can retain them and so there can be enough of them to, you know, teach the students and give them the education that they need. It's disappointing to me in a way. You know, I've changed a lot. You know, I'm still waiting for, you know, some of the things that I thought we could get pretty easily. You know, but on the other hand, we've made progress, and you know, the advice I give is don't give up. You know, keep on working for it because it is coming. You know, we are making progress, and things are better now than they were then. They'll be better still.
This is the personal fight for me because I am looking, after I graduate, I'm looking to join this profession.
To receive financial aid, I get a Cal grant which covers my tuition, but I'm still left to pay rent, books, the whole works. So I work 2 jobs, I work over 30 hours a week sometimes, and that's not always enough. There are times in between paychecks where I can't afford to buy food. Maybe I had to just pay rent, or I have to pay for a parking permit, so I just have to wait until I get the next paycheck. And it's not just a student struggle, it's also a faculty struggle.
I think a big thing is chopping from the top. Like I said before, faculty have been able to help me. Probably some of the only reason that I keep going on with my education. Definitely with my bachelor's degree, pushed me to continue to succeed and continue to open my mind up on different avenues. That's why I'm here with social work now. So also, faculty have opened up my mind of things I want to do, and I want to give back to our community.
If the CSU claims to be a leader in high-quality, accessible, student-focused higher education, like it does claim in its website, then they need to stop ignoring the students' voices. The CSU needs to understand that students want their tuition to go to their faculty, not to campus presidents who already make over $300,000 a year, have their house paid for, and their car paid for, and all those words.